So Boult has been a name that's been commonly associated with audio devices and audio solutions, but Boult has now entered the dashcam market, looking at the kind of traction it's getting in India. So Boult has launched a series of dashcams under the brand name Cruisecam, and in this video we'll be taking a look at their entry-level dashcam, the Boult Cruisecam X1. So you get two different variants of the X1, the GPS and the non-GPS variant, and the price difference is about 500 to 600 rupees. I would definitely consider going with the GPS variant for a more value for money proposition. But what about the camera quality? How's the build quality? What's the video quality? And what are the kind of options which you get within the Boult app? So in this video, I'm going to show you all of that. So before you watch the rest of this video, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. And also don't forget to like this video. You're watching Travel Tech. Let's take a look. Alright, so here's the Boult Cruisecam X1 1080p Full HD camera. Let's quickly take a look what's inside the box. So as soon as you do open up the box, you get a user manual which shows you some of the important product specifications and installation steps, Wi-Fi instructions, and info regarding the indicator lights. So this is very important for someone who is using a dash cam for the first time. Along with that, you get a 12-month warranty card for which you have to scan and register. So there are two boxes within this. Let's quickly open up the bigger box and see what's inside. You get a pre-attached 12-volt adapter with no USB ports. So in case if you're using this with the stock cable, your 12-volt socket will be used up and you won't be able to use any extra accessories there. And on the other end, you get a Type-C port to connect to the dash camera. So this is the Boult Cruisecam X1. You have this Boult branding right here, right next to the lens. The power button is on the left, as you can see right now. This is the power button with some ventilation holes. On the back you have two holes, probably for the mic, and this must be a LED indicator. On the right side you get the Type-C port, micro SD card slot, and a AV slot. On top you get a 3M sticker windshield mount. So let's check if the windshield mount is removable. No, it isn't. But the good thing is that the dash cam is rotatable. As you're seeing right now, it is 360-degree rotatable. At the front, this must be the speaker grill right there. And of course, if you're trying to install this on a car with a flat windshield, it will clearly install. So as you're seeing right now, if you're trying to install this in a car such as Thar or Jeep, and you have near vertical windshield, this dashcam won't have any obstruction over the lens and you can install it even on vertical windshields. So plastic material, you get a silver ring, a silver border at one side, nothing else on the other side. The only Boult branding is right next to the lens. So let's quickly take a look at the video quality of the X1. So starting off with the daytime video quality, this was shot during mildly overcast conditions, so you don't see the video footage to be too bright. Does seem to be a tad bit higher on the sharpness side and the contrast side, but the overall video quality again looks decent for the price, considering this is a less than 3000 rupee camera. This camera offers an upscale 1296p resolution, I think, because in the settings you get an option for 1080p and 1296p. They haven't mentioned the exact frame rate, and that's why I put the question mark if this is a 24 fps or a 30 fps, but I personally think this might be a 24 fps footage. The bitrate has been given as about 10,900 kbps with a file size of about close to 80 MB per minute of recording. The overall video quality is kind of sufficient and decent enough to be used as evidence for any legal cases or insurance claims. I mean, if you're not trying to zoom in on any particular aspect, the overall video quality without zooming in is quite decent and good enough for the price. So moving on to the nighttime video quality, it was drizzling a bit when I shot this video footage. Not very heavy rain, mild drizzling, so you can see those water droplets on the windshield. This camera does tend to catch some sort of a glare from the street lights and the headlights, of course, and when in very close range to the vehicle in front, it will be able to read number plates, but if the number plate is directly under the glare of headlights, it might not be able to read number plates, as you're seeing right now. The sharpness levels do look slightly higher, the contrast levels does look a bit higher, but as you can see right now, you can even sort of make out the clouds in the sky, indicating that the exposure levels have been fine-tuned to make sure that the night footage looks much brighter than it actually is. I mean, again, kind of repeating the same thing here again. For any evidence-based purposes you might want to use the dashcam video for insurance claim, for legal cases, this video footage is more than enough for the price this camera comes at and does justice to the under 3000 price tag for it.
Moving on to the number plate readability during daytime, you can see the Baleno in front about a distance of 10 to 15 feet away, and if we try to zoom in on the number plate, a proper read of the number plate, each letter and number is more or less clearly visible. Very moderate level of noise here and there, but the readability is quite decent. Skipping to the next shot where the same car is at a higher distance compared to the previous snapshot which I just showed. So now it's about a distance of 20 or 30 feet or more, and if you zoom in to take a look, now at such high distance the number plates do tend to mash up a bit. I mean, each letter and number is not clearly visible, they are kind of mixed up, but if you try to look in detail you might just be able to make out the number plates. So considering this is only a 1080p or a 1296p camera, this is kind of expected and nothing surprising in this. 1080p cameras are good enough to read number plates only at a very close range. Moving on to the night sample, as you're seeing right now, this is at a close range of about 10 to 15 feet away, and the number plate of the car in front is directly under the glare of headlight, and hence you see a complete whitewash. Again, this is expected because this camera doesn't have a Starvis 2 sensor, and all cameras which don't get a Starvis 2 will give you the same result when you're trying to read number plates under the glare of headlights during night time. Moving on to give you a different perspective, now in this instance the car is even more closer than it was in the previous snapshot, so that now the glare of my headlights is just at the border of the number plate and not directly falling on it. And if you zoom in to take a look, now in such instances you will be able to read number plates mildly blurred out, moderate amount of noise, but the readability is quite good. So directly under the glare you won't be able to read number plates, but if the number plates are at the border of the glare or beyond it, you will be able to read number plates, and this factor again is common with all budget cameras which don't get a Starvis 2 sensor.
Alright, so as you're seeing right now, this is the main interface of the Boult app, and you can see the live streaming currently on my smartphone. So I haven't inserted a memory card, so that's why you're getting a notification on top. But when you insert the memory card, that notification will go away. So let's head into the settings and show you the kind of options you get within the Boult app. So on top you get the sound recording option right here, which you can enable or disable, basically the mic option. Then you have the speaker volume, which you can set at low, medium or high, and even you can mute it if you don't want to hear any sound. Next option is the video resolution. Now herein you get two options, 1920 into 1080 and 2304 into 1296p. I mean, they haven't mentioned any frame rate, but you do get what I think is an upscaled 1296p resolution. Following that, you have the loop recording duration. You can set the file size to be a minimum of 1 minute up to a maximum of 5 minutes. Then you have the light source frequency. You can set it at 50 and 60 hertz, or you can cancel it altogether. Then you have the mirror video feed option. You have the flip video feed option, which is good because once you rotate the camera 360 degrees towards the back, you can mirror it or flip it based on your requirement. Then you have the collision sensing option, set it off, or you can set it at low, medium or high. Then you have the parking mode options, wherein if you install the dashcam with a hardware kit, you have the collision detection sensitivity for parking, which again you can set it at off, low, medium or high. Then you have the time lapse duration for 15 minutes, 12 hours, 24 and 48 hours. Then you have the low voltage regulation. You have control over the kind of voltage you want to set before the hardware kit cuts power to the dash camera. So the least is 11.8 volts, the middle option is the 12 volts, and the highest option is 12.2 volts. Then you have the universal options, wherein you get the Wi-Fi password. You can change the Wi-Fi password, the firmware version, the format SD card option, and the factory reset option. So these are some of the basic options which you get in the Boult app, and kind of enough for any low budget camera, especially talking if they have given the mirror and the flip option, which I haven't seen in any budget camera till date. So considering that, these are a good set of options for this camera.
So considering the price aspect, the non-GPS variant of the X1 comes close to 2500 rupees, and the with GPS variant comes at a price of about 3000 to 3200 rupees. That's really good price for a GPS dashcam, and the video quality is overall satisfying, not too bad, not too good, it's just right there where it's supposed to be. So if you're looking for an entry-level dashcam solution and you don't want to spend a lot of money and you just want to have some GPS features also, or even if you don't want GPS, you just want to record some video footage and you don't want to spend like beyond 2500 bucks, the Cruisecam X1 might just be the right one for you. I found the quality of the dashcam to be decent. The build quality is also satisfactory for the fact that it also provides you a 360-degree rotation along with a flip and a mirror option within the settings is also an added advantage. So if you are interested in purchasing this dashcam, either the GPS or the non-GPS variant, I'll give you the links to purchase it in the description below. Just head down, click on the link and go ahead and buy it. So if you have any doubts or queries regarding this camera, you can always write that down. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And if this video has helped you out in making the correct purchase decision, go ahead, hit that subscribe button right now, smash that like button. Also don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notified each time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.